Now, a party election broadcast by the Labour Party.
Hello. There's a reason why people in this country love the NHS, because of the values, the people who work in it, and the job they do.
Have we got any patient safety and patient experience issues we want to raise today?
I don't think politicians can get the right solutions to the health service without seeing exactly what is really going on.
Hello again. How are you?
So I spent 2 days going around different parts of the hospital. It wasn't about putting things on show, it was seeing through the eyes of the nurses, the doctors, the patients, and to try and learn from that.
I'm Ed. What's your name?
Too often politicians come along and say we're going to propose this big change to the health service. It looks good on paper in Whitehall or Westminster. Then in practice, it causes chaos. How can you run the health service just from the top down without drawing on that incredible expertise of the people who are actually doing the work? You've got to start from what's actually happening at the grassroots, and that's why I did it.
Good luck, and I hope you feel better. And I'm glad that you're getting good care here.
The pressures are growing. The pressures of a growing elderly population, the pressures of medical technology, all of those things are making the job of the NHS harder, not easier. There's a sense of deep anxiety. The head nurse in A&E said to me on the first day I was there, and people can't get to see their GP for a week or 2 weeks, and they end up in A&E. There are just too many people ending up in A&E because the services elsewhere just aren't there. As a basic thing, everyone should have the right to expect they can see a GP within 48 hours, and that is a promise a Labour government will deliver.
How are you feeling?
Well, this hospital is really desperately in need of modernisation. There was a plan under the last Labour government. It was got rid of by this government to modernise the hospital. It's really interesting going to the maternity ward because there's one bit that's new, the birthing centre, and there's quite a lot of it, the old bit that's got peeling paint, and if you're giving birth, it really matters whether the facilities are good enough or not good enough. And then you've got a young man like Trevet.
How long has he been in for?
He came in 10 o'clock yesterday morning.
The challenge for me is to make sure I do my bit so that when he gets to my age, the NHS is still there for him. It made me impatient to be Prime Minister and to get on with improving the NHS and stop it falling backwards as it is under this government. One junior doctor who just qualified, he said to me, I'll vote for you if you give me a clear plan for the NHS's future, because I've just started out and you need to show me that my faith in the NHS is justified. He said that's not up to me as a junior doctor, it's up to you as a politician. The next 5 years is a crunch moment for the NHS. I dread to think what another 5 years of the Tories would mean for the National Health Service. David Cameron made all these promises before the last election about how he'd protect the NHS. He wouldn't allow it to slip backwards. He'd have no more of these top-down reorganisations. He's broken that promise. He's broken that bond of trust. I'm not going to make that mistake. It should be easier to see your GP. We've got to make sure that the NHS and social services work much more closely together, and we've got to put the right principles back at the heart of the NHS. Care and cooperation and compassion, not privatisation and competition. That's why I'm determined to win the election and showing that I did listen and I can lead the NHS to a better future.
That was a party election broadcast by the Labour Party.